Food review of afternoon tea in Las Vegas, part 1 of 4. While on vacation in Las Vegas, I took in 4 afternoon tea experiences, and this first one I'll review was at Waldorf Astoria on the Las Vegas Strip. But first, who am I to be reviewing afternoon tea? I am the self-proclaimed queen of afternoon tea, who has been reviewing them over on the Clock app for over a year now. In the past year, I have attended more than 55 afternoon teas, mostly in North America, making me somewhat of an expert about tea time experiences on this side of the pond. Let's get into the Waldorf Astoria review, shall we? The Waldorf Astoria Hotel is near the Aria Resort, and it's a high-end hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. They've been serving afternoon tea for a long time. This is actually my second time coming here, but the first one was maybe 7 years ago. On this day, I was having afternoon tea by myself, so this is tea for one. I was lucky enough to be able to choose a table by the window. I don't really love how the cream and jam are already sitting out on the table when you arrive. I wonder how long it sits there before you come. Well, the answer is quite a while, as I watched them setting tables for later reservations. I don't like the impression or appearance of these items sitting out on the table for long durations. However, I liked the flowery matching dishes here, and the seating was comfortable enough. The view wasn't the best offered on the Strip, but it's certainly better than other Las Vegas afternoon tea options in terms of views. The afternoon tea service here was okay. My server seemed to have a little bit of a chip on her shoulder and wasn't overly friendly, so that results in an ambiance and service score of 4.5 out of 5 here. We begin our afternoon tea experience by choosing a tea. Here, the menu is nicely displayed and described all the different kinds of tea. I chose Earl Grey, no surprise, but there are many options, 18 to be exact. So several varying options for everyone, including you. The tea tasted good to me. My server never explicitly asked me if I wanted my teapot refilled because I didn't need it, but she did check on me a couple of times during my visit, so I likely could have got a tea refill. The food was brought out soon after the tea onto their unique tiered trays which sit on the floor beside you. The business of the tea service here is scored 5 out of 5. No faults at all. Moving on to the food and starting with the savories. There are 4 savories served here per person. I swapped out the salmon option for a second coronation chicken sandwich because I don't eat salmon. In terms of the savories themselves, the pork sandwich was good. It was quite fatty, but I guess that's to be expected with porchetta. The choux bun egg salad was fine. It was a little bit messy, and the coronation chicken salad was good. It had a strong curry flavor, which was okay for me, but might be less enjoyable for others because it was quite strong. Again, I don't have the salmon, so I cannot show you what it looks like nor speak to it. I think a 5th savory here of a cucumber and cream cheese variety would be nice. Overall, the savories were fresh and acceptable, and I scored them 3.5 out of 5. Next, I like to eat my scones. The scones arrive in a warm napkin to keep them warm. If you started with the scones, they'd still be warm for you, but I like to eat mine after my savories. The scones were described as being accompanied by Devonshire cream, which should be very similar to clotted cream, lemon curd, and a berry jam. I liked that I was given 3 spoons to serve my accompaniments with. Most places don't take that extra step, and I appreciated it. I got 3 pots to myself because this was a solo date, but I saw that tables of 2 people also got the same amount of scone accompaniments and would be sharing these servings. Do you think it's enough? The scones themselves were a cakey texture, which I enjoyed. They split nicely. The cream tasted good, but I would say it was not authentic because it had a sweet vanilla taste to it. Almost like a vanilla ice cream flavor, obviously a different consistency than ice cream though. Clotted cream / Devon cream doesn't taste like sweet vanilla, so I would say that this was not very authentic. However, it did taste good enough to me. The lemon curd was very good too. Not that lemony, so I think that it must have also been thickened with some cornstarch or something to tone down the acid. It wasn't exactly like a pudding, but it definitely was more mild than lemon curds I've had in the past. But I liked it, and it all tasted good with the scones. I was happy having 3 scone accompaniments on fresh cakey scones. I was a happy tea queen because you know I love my scone tier. I scored the scones here as 7.5 out of 10 points. Very good. Moving on to the sweet tier, you can pause to read the descriptions when it comes up on the screen, as each item had a lot of flavors going on. There was a lot of creaminess for me, but thankfully the tart still had some crisp to it for an additional texture besides creamy. The chocolate caramel sablé cookie was my absolute favorite. The other 3 items didn't excite me too much because they had a lot going on, but this cookie was simple chocolate and caramel, and it really hit the spot. I was so happy to get a good, yummy, chocolate, decadent item. Even though these weren't my favorite sweets, I did score them at 4.5 out of 5 points. This afternoon tea is on the pricier side at $64 or 87 Canadian dollars per person. However, given that it's a fancier hotel on the Las Vegas tourist strip and does serve a quality tea service, this price is fairly justified. I would bring my grandma here, so my overall impression is 7.5 out of 10. Overall, this is a good afternoon tea option if you're touristing in Las Vegas because it's easy to get to on the strip. Unlike the other 3 afternoon tea Las Vegas options I will be reviewing, and the scones make it worth your consideration. My total Queen of Afternoon Tea score is 32.5 out of 40 or 81%. Would you attend afternoon tea at Waldorf Astoria if you are visiting Las Vegas? Please comment below to share your impressions. Give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you again soon, tea friends.